So this talk is motivated because I'm soon going to turn 1 year after I became a full-time programmer. So I wanted to give a look back on that year, or I've learned some things along the way, and here's 10 of them. My obligatory slide, of course, is that we are hiring. So if you want to learn things like the ones I'm going to talk about, come join us. Don't fix what ain't broken is probably the first lesson I learned. That was the single most common message on code review that I got for months. Why are you touching all this code? It took me a while to learn it, and I think I've come a long way. Come clean quick, because you're going to make mistakes, but keeping them a secret only makes matters worse. So if you screw the pipeline, or if you introduce a bug, or you accidentally upload credentials to a public repository, tell your bosses. It makes things better. Give positive feedback. I remember I had already gotten more or less used to the code review process until I submitted a change, and I got a review that said, this is pretty neat. And it really gave me pause. I'm like, oh, this is, I just did not expect to see a positive comment in the code review process, and it really changed it. Maybe I should just write a better code. I don't know. The road to legacy software is paved with best practices. So I came into work with all these nice ideals about how code should work and how nothing should be repeated. And then I found out that our code base is great, but there's room for improvement. But the reason it needs improvement is not because the people that come before you are bad programmers. It's just because it's a complicated world, and the business needs are different from your needs. It's called software for a reason, which means that you can change it. So it doesn't need to be perfect the right time around. So if you're blowing the budget of the thing that you're working on just to make it just right, you're doing it wrong. Just ship it, and then we can fix it. Don't work extra. I come from an academic background where working extra hours is the way to go. But this is not academia, so no one will be impressed by the extra hours. And this has made my life incredibly happier. Appreciate a good manager, because when things get rough, there's nothing better than someone to tell you, don't panic, things are good, I'll take the blame. Did I mention we're hiring? Talk to people, because particularly where I've been working, there's a lot of different teams, and you often find that multiple people are working on the same thing and nobody knows. So keep on top of what other people are doing, and make sure you tell other people what you're doing, and that makes things easier for everyone. And also leave a paper trail, because you cannot always talk to people. And the debugger is your friend. I was petrified of the debugger before I joined, but now thank you. DB Single is my homeboy. So, and go to conferences, because then you get to hear talks like this and meet new people. So that's it.